I'm John with C6. Today we have a special guest in the shop. This is Paul and his S6. We're going to be using rinseless to do a maintenance wash on a vehicle that has C6 Hydro already installed. For the rinseless, you're going to use 1 cap per 1 gallon of water. We have 4 gallons here, so we're going to use 4 caps. To begin the wash, we're going to be using a sprayer to coat the entire vehicle, and then we'll use the rinseless afterwards. In the sprayer, I have rinseless wash diluted 256 to 1. I'm going to let Paul do the spraying. So this just has a push button, and it'll start spraying all over the car. One of the benefits of rinseless is you can do this anywhere. If you are outside and you need to wash your vehicle, you can use rinseless to coat the vehicle, and it has lubrication to reduce the risk of marring the paint. So as you can see, the vehicle is already wet. It's been raining all week, and he's been driving the car for a week in the rain. And Paul, what do you think about the effects of hydro on the vehicle itself while driving in the rain?
I mean, it's incredible. I've never had a ceramic coating on a car, or a lifetime ceramic coating. So that first morning when I woke up and I realized I left the car outside, I was kind of bummed because it looked so nice. And then I got really excited because it was a great example of all the cool little beading. And I think at like 5:30 in the morning, I was up texting you pictures of the emblem with the beads on it. And I mean, it feels really good to think that I'm trying to take care of the car and do the best that I can to maintain a vehicle that's very special to me. So it's like an extra level of security or comfort, and I'm very excited about it. It makes driving a lot more fun. Like some people say, your car drives better after you change the oil. Like it just drives better knowing that I'm trying to take care of it. Looks like we're running out here. How should I fill it back up?
To refill the sprayer itself, the easiest method is to just dunk it in your bucket. The bucket is already diluted to the correct ratio.
That's the 4-gallon bucket?
Yeah. 4 gallons.
Cool. So 4 capsules, got it.
There you are.
Well, that's way easier than doing a bunch of math. With the rinseless wash, does it matter if I go top to bottom? I know in the past when I was washing cars, I always thought about the sheeting or does it just get it on there and
yeah,
let it do its job?
A good way to start is top to bottom. I mean, that way anything that's dripping off is just going to go down onto the panels below it. The convenience of rinseless wash is convenience while washing the vehicle, but also you've added a lot of lubrication to the vehicle itself when using rinseless. So now we can begin, now that the vehicle's been sprayed down, we can use our bucket with our sponge and wash the vehicle down. There's a bucket on that side for you with the sponge. Paul, have you ever used a sponge to wash a car?
No, I usually just take it through one of the automated washes. So
the Scratch Wash 2000?
That's the one.
Here, come over here, I'll show you what to do. So when using a sponge, you're going to want to dunk the sponge in the water, squeeze out the extra. You want it soaking but not dripping. So see how it's not dripping, but the sponge still has water in it. So take too much water. Perfect. Now you'll start from the top and work your way down, lightly running the sponge across the surface.
Do the fancy colors on the sponge mean anything?
So the sponge is 2-sided, so you can remember which side you've already used. You're going to want to switch it over to the new side per panel. So I did the top half with the black side, and now I'm going to use the red side on this back panel. And one thing to remember with the sponge and washing the vehicle at all is you're going to want to very little pressure. Just the sponge itself on the paint is enough to wash it.
How often should I dunk it? Once between sides or every other panel?
One panel per side, and then you can dunk it. And when you're washing the sponge, make sure to stick it in the bucket and not to the bottom, to the grit guard, just enough to rinse out the sponge.
Is there a pattern that works best when using a sponge like this? Or, I mean, should I be making swirls or lines or?
Absolutely. So the best method is to work one panel at a time and side-to-side motions with a very light touch. And that's one of the benefits of the rinseless soap itself, is that it adds lubrication to the paint, so you're less likely to cause marring when using the sponge.
So I'm not really trying to remove anything with the physical sponge. I'm more just caressing the car with the sponge?
Yes. So the rinseless itself will emulsify the dirt, lifting it up and capturing it inside the soap and onto the sponge. And when you dunk it back in the bucket, all of that dirt will fall to the bottom of the bucket, which is why we have a grit guard. How have you found the coating on the glass while driving through the rain?
I noticed this morning, particularly on the way over, the windshield wipers were working a lot easier or less hard. They were very happy in the rain, I guess. The water just kind of sheeted off. And I noticed that as I was getting on the interstate, it felt like I was going through a blower or something. The water was just whoosh,
Rolling right off the paint.
So, I mean, yeah, on the glass it's really nice, and then it's really fun to watch it on the paint and on the car while you're driving, just kind of sheeting off. Yeah, super cool. So John, as we're finishing up here with the body panels, should I do anything with my tires or wheels, or since they're already
So
clean?
since you came in with a car that was already relatively clean besides the rain being on it, we can start with the paint, go down to the wheels. It doesn't matter which one you start with first, as the car is so clean. But to wash the wheels, we're going to use a microfiber towel. And same method for the towel itself. You'll just dunk it in, squeeze it to release any extra moisture, and once the towel is damp and not dripping, you can work on the wheels itself. And one method to remember when working on the wheels is to always work in the same direction. So if you're going to start at the top, go clockwise around the wheel. You'll remember to do that every time, and it'll be more efficient and faster in the future.
This is going a lot faster than when I normally wash my car. It's a lot easier than running around with a garden hose in my driveway.
Yeah, rinseless is great. It's safe, it's easy to use, it helps clean the car. It's a great product to use. Now that we've washed the car, it's time to dry the car. Nice catch.
This towel is a lot bigger than that chamois that I get normally. Is this a special kind of towel or a special kind of microfiber?
This is the drying blanket from DIY. It has a micro twist loop. Some of the other towels you might see have a large loop. This is a small loop drying blanket, and it's extremely easy to use when you have a coating installed in your car, or even if you don't have a coating installed in your car.
It's very nice. It's very fast too. And because we did the rinseless wash, I don't have to worry about grit or anything? Or?
Yeah, the rinseless will have lubrication in it while drying, so it's a great drying aid in itself.
Should I fold it in a special way or wad it up?
It's a little easier to use as a big sheet, so if you can just plop it on the surface and lightly pull it across. When you're using the towel, you just want to make sure the towel doesn't touch the ground or the tires.
Makes sense. Seem like dirty parts. I can't believe how easy this was. This is so much faster and so much easier than any time I've ever tried to wash a car before.
Rinseless is a great product to use at home. It's easy to use, fast to use. You said yourself, it looks great.
It is fun.
And it's fun.
And I'm not hurting the car. I sometimes think about, or the paint or the coating, it's like a sense of security, or it feels nice to know that I'm taking care of it. Well, I think the drying went pretty well. The car looks really good. Is there anything I can do to, I mean, this looks kind of dingy, or
Yeah, so to finish washing the wheels, you can use the microfiber towel you've already used on them. You want the towel almost dry. Again, wet, but not dripping. And just run it around the tire. I'll let you do that one.
Thank you.
As you can see, after I rinsed this one with the towel, the tire shine that was on there last week is already coming back and it looks shiny. But if you want, we can add more tire shine. I know I want to. I love having shiny tires on a clean car.
If you're gonna wash the car, might as well do it all the way.
You gotta put tire shine on. Using the tire dressing is really easy itself. Have a brush, spray it on the brush, run the brush around the wheel.
Wow, they're really making it pop. That's incredible.
There we go. I'll let you try this one.
And what is this?
This is DIY's Details tire dressing.
Tire dressing, like salad dressing, or tire dressing?
Something like that.
One
So two sprays on it.
Just on the rubber, or?
Yep, just on the rubber.
Cool.
There we go. That's it. Now that we've done a maintenance wash, how do you think the products are standing up?
Really nicely. I mean, the car looks incredible. That was super easy. I think the combination of the coating and then this new wash system that I'm not very familiar with, very, very approachable. I think that this makes me want to wash my car more, even though I know I don't have to, and I'd be excited to tell everyone about it. I mean, when people say, wow, that's a flashy car, I have a good explanation of why, and yeah, very, very excited to show it off.
And if you guys want to learn more about DIY or C6 products, watch this video.